Mommy see me back where you dream of it and auntie for your voice. Said you depend on be an irascible. And once I know you, me back where you. Timmy will be a bonny that I look. You will be a bonny over your voice. Timo. And also I know Joe, me back where Joe. Timmy will be a bonito Tati Lumbe. They will be a bonito Jofoso. And Timmy will pretty. A dear me will pretty in China. What do you mean I'm working so? And now say me ding, daddy. What did he want is out? I can't come and say, sir. Then so, only I can't say. Niponya me a son, Niponya me a son. Nothing nobody, and she don't yell, sit here down for me. To me, so, ain't me say, don't be a steamer. Niponya me. Me say do my brother mo. Unya minini hai. Me say do. Nyaminti. Me say do my brother mo. Unya minini hai. Hari sunni aro. Daddy lumba say. Say that sunni aro. And daddy lumba say. On say that. On say that. It's actually lumba say. On say that. Oh, don't mean that you ain't say yeah. Cool. Yes, so be don't be and you quack. Show you. Usukrana me yo. Cool. Dim young baby, and I'm not metisu. Namidi. See me new pretty. On Tomako, my Indiana. Only now, what feels so. And now, say me ding, daddy. Why did he ask this? I go one say, and so only I can say. Or then you me a shrub, so dear. Me no die. Me must say what the dear down for me. To me say, ain't you? Me say, don't you see mo? When you minty, me say, don't my brother mo. When you minty high, me say, do. You minty, me say, don't my brother mo. When you minty high, hurry, someday out of it. Mama people in Munisio, Minyamie, a Dientina, my boss, I'm a science people in Munisio. A Dientina, my boss, Mama people in Munisio, Minyamie, a Dientina, my boss, I'm a science people in Munisio. And you're ready to grow to Jaisu. ready to grow to Jaisu. Mama, I am ready to grow to Jaisu. Mama, I am ready to grow to Jaisu. Nazo kuma kumuyatia ya baba bo mama nenya diri chano no chicho mama nazo kuma kumuyatia ya baba bo mama nenya diri chano no chicho mama hurry someday out of it if it's a hurry someday out of
Take it from me, user experience.
A very good evening to you. I believe that somebody you are ready this evening. Bed of Roses is on this evening. Get yourself ready, let us do it together. Get yourself ready, let us do it together. This evening is going to be an awesome time. Bed of Roses, somebody get on board. Get on board, let us do it tonight. Thank you. God bless you.
Bed of roses, marriage pot. Life with the same person can become messy, still, predictable, and sometimes just boring. Do you want to learn how to spice up your relationship, bring the laughter back, and make it fresh as if you just started dating? Then join your host, Lady DOREEN Carter, this and every Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. on Bed of Roses as it streams live on GN Radio, Sky TV 0185, Astra TV, Eurobed, Facebook Live, and GN on TUNEIN. For many waters cannot quench love, nor can the waters drown it. So set me as a seal upon your heart. Join us on Bed of Roses.
On a bed of roses, I will lay you down on a bed of roses. Tonight is another edition of Bed of Roses. I believe that some of you are ready. We are doing it that this evening, so get on board. Let us do it together. Get on board. Thank you, everyone.
Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses. The marriage pot, as the artist Ken Rogers said, without one special person, I thought I would never find. Join us every Friday, 8 p.m. sharp. The bed will be laid. The secret will be revealed. Talking on the needs of love. You can also join in discussion on GN Radio and on YouTube. Call the studio numbers on 02037 3588 or 02032 860185. You can also text or WhatsApp on this line 07941 353132. Please share. Bed of Roses. Love in the air.
Thank you. Once again, a very good evening to every one of you. I want to know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Those on Facebook, if you can hear me, let me know that you can hear me. God bless you. If you can hear me, somebody, I want to know if you can hear me. Thank you. Thank you. If any one of you can hear me. Thank you.
bed of roses, bed of roses, bed of roses. The marriage pot, as the artist Ken Roger said, without one special person, I thought I would never find. Join us every Friday, 8 p.m. sharp. The bed will be laid. The secret will be revealed. Talking on the needs of love. You can also join in discussion on GN Radio and on YouTube. Call the studio numbers on 02037 358820 or 02032 860185. You can also text or WhatsApp on this line 07941 353132. Please share. Bed of Roses, the love in the air.
I'm gonna take you by the hand and lay you down, on a bed of roses.
Bed of roses, bed of roses, marriage pot. Life for the same person can become messy, stale, predictable, and sometimes just boring. Do you want to learn how to spice up your relationship, bring the laughter back, and make it fresh as if you just started dating? Then join your host, Lady DOREEN Carter, this and every Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. on Bed of Roses as it streams live on GN Radio, Sky TV 0185, Astra TV, Eurobird, Facebook Live, and GN on TUNEIN. For many waters cannot quench love, nor can the waters drown it. So set me as a seal upon your heart. Join us on Bed of Roses.
On a bed of roses.
Bed of Roses Marriage Port is streaming now, so get connected. Get connected now. Bed of Roses Marriage Pot is streaming now, so get connected. Tell a friend to tune in now.
I'm gonna take you by the hand and lay you down, on a bed of roses.
Bed of roses, bed of roses, marriage pot. Life for the same person can become messy, stale, predictable, and sometimes just boring. Do you want to learn how to spice up your relationship, bring the laughter back, and make it fresh as if you just started dating? Then join your host, Lady DOREEN Carter, this and every Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. on Bed of Roses as it streams live on GN Radio, Sky TV 0185, Astra TV, Eurobird, Facebook Live, and GN on TUNEIN. For many waters cannot quench love, nor can the waters drown it. So set me as a seal upon your heart. Join us on Bed of Roses.
On a bed of roses. Gonna take you by the hand and lay you down, on a bed of roses.
Bed of roses, bed of roses, marriage pot. Life for the same person can become messy, stale, predictable, and sometimes just boring. Do you want to learn how to spice up your relationship, bring the laughter back, and make it fresh as if you just started dating? Then join your host, Lady DOREEN Carter, this and every Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. on Bed of Roses as it streams live on GN Radio, Sky TV 0185, Astra TV, Eurobird, Facebook Live, and GN on TUNEIN. For many waters cannot quench love, nor can the waters drown it. So set me as a seal upon your heart. Join us on Bed of Roses.
On a bed of roses. Yes, I will lay you down on the bed of roses. The time is now, and I believe that somebody, you are ready, just as I am ready tonight. We are doing it together on bed of roses. The bed has been laid. The curtains will soon be lifted, and then we can find what is behind the scenes. A very, very good evening to you wherever you are. We bless God for your life. This is the time of the bed. This is the romantic hour. The time to spice up your relationship. The time for us to do it together. And I believe that somebody, if you are seated ready, let us share. Invite a brother, a sister, a friend. Let them know bed of roses on. In fact, the bed has been laid. Oh, what do we have behind the scenes? I'm just about to let you know. But please do share. Invite a friend, invite a sister, a brother, and grab your notebook by your side this afternoon. This evening is going to be very interesting, and I know that you are ready. Just as I am ready, I want to greet all my listeners out there. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. I know we have had some technical issues here and there, but you have been so patient, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you all for coming back on board. Please do share, invite all that are not here yet, and let us do it together this evening. It's very, very blessed evening, and I know that somebody, you are simply ready just as I am. Yes, we are ready. Let us flow together.
Bed of roses, bed of roses, bed of roses. The marriage pot, as the artist Ken Rogers said, without one special person, I thought I would never find. Join us every Friday, 8 p.m. sharp. The bed will be laid. The secret will be revealed. Talking on the needs of love. You can also join in discussion on GN Radio and on YouTube. Call the studio numbers on 02037 3588 20 or 02032 8601 85. You can also text or WhatsApp on this line 07941 3531 32. Please share. Bed of roses, the love in the air.
Thank you. Yes. Bed of roses. Good evening, all listeners.
I said nobody else should have what she had to prove your team in
Once again, a very good evening to you. I praise God for your life, and I believe that this evening we are ready for us to groove on the bed, for us to learn, for us to deliberate, discuss together. Tonight is a very, very precious night that we want to go into some matters concerning our relationship, some matters concerning our marriages. How well can we enjoy the relationship that you have? And that is why we are here. We want you to spice it up. We want you to enjoy the best of that which you have. And for this matter, this evening we are discussing. The bed has been lifted, the bed has been laid, the curtains has been lifted. What do we have behind the scenes? Before I tell you, I want to acknowledge Ricardo. Ricardo, you are welcome. God bless you. God bless you online. I thank God for your life. Josephine T. Gosson, God bless you. Mama Ernestina, God bless you. We have Mama Pat Durant, you are also welcome. We have Belinda Ajare, you are also welcome. Please do me a favor. The first broadcast did not go well, so please do me well and share. Please share, 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 share. Angela has made it. God bless you. Mama Mercy Ahiyakuno, God bless you. Mama Ajua Doma, God bless you. Please do share. Invite a brother, a sister, a friend on board right now. We are just about to enter into discussion. So please share and share and share. And thank you for coming. Thank you for your time. Thank you for this time of Bed of Roses. I believe that is going to be interesting night. A time for us to deliberate. A time for us to share. A time for us to discuss the matters of the heart. There are certain things of the heart when it troubles you up, you cannot flow the way you want to flow, such as your relationship with your in-laws. So today we are talking about your in-laws, your in-laws. So what are we talking about? We are discussing your in-law. And I believe that somebody, you are ready for discussion tonight. If you are not ready, I am ready. Get yourself in the mood and let us do it together. But before you know, you ought to share, you ought to invite somebody on and let us do it. There are so many things that we have heard about in-laws. There are so many things that has gone on in marriages. Some people have forfeited their marriage because of their in-laws. Some people are also enjoying their marriage because of their in-laws. There's so much to be said on in-laws. And so tonight, wherever you are listening from, please get involved and join the discussion with your views, your questions and contribution, which is much welcome on this platform. You may be listening on YouTube. We acknowledge you. We acknowledge you. Thank you for tuning in. You also may be on TUNEIN. I appreciate you so much. You can call the studio line and also bring your views, and which is much needed. And I want you to know that your views are very much welcome this very evening. My favorite people on Facebook, you are most welcome, every one of you. We have Albert Esiedu who have just joined us, watching from Italy. Bless you, madam. Bless you too, Albert. We are grateful to have you. How is everybody? How is Italy? I believe that everybody is fine there. Please do share for me. Invite as many as you can on board and let us do it together. We are talking on the subject, your in-laws, or our in-laws, our in-laws. And so tonight I will have, before we get into discussion, I have a beautiful lady who always joins us every Friday evening, and I want to introduce her to you, and I want to thank God for her life. We have Letitia on the line, and so Letitia, good evening. You are welcome, Letitia. Can you respond and introduce yourself?
Yes.
God bless you.
Thank you very much, Reverend. Mercy on me. Mercy. Hi, Lady Reverend. Thank you for having me once again. And good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. Please encourage everybody to share to the youth, share to the elderly, share to everybody's youth. In fact, everybody's youth. Just share and share and share again. And thank you very much again, Lady Reverend, for having me.
You are most welcome. We will want to have you every time because you are such a blessing, and we thank God for your life. Amen and amen. To those of you out there, the same goes to you. You are such a blessing, and we are so much happy to have you on this special broadcast, and I believe that you will feel at home, and let us all discuss what is going on. At this moment, I'm going to release the studio numbers so that somebody, when the topic is, you can come in and then bring your views, your contribution, your question, and what have you. It is much welcome. It is much respected. So the studio numbers to call is 0203 735 8820, 0203 735 8820, or you can call 0203 286 0185. For those of you that want to call on the mobile from WhatsApp, this is the number to call: 077 8793 9958. I repeat, the number again is 077-8793-9958. Any of these special numbers will come straight to the studio where your voice will be heard all over the world with the kind of wisdom that you have, and contribution is much welcome tonight. And I appreciate every one of you, and I believe that you are sharing, and I believe that you will continue to share. God bless you. I appreciate every listener, and God bless you. Tonight we go further on our discussion. As I said earlier, the bed has been laid. Every time there is something on the bed, until we lift up the curtains, we cannot know what is there. But I believe that earlier I have told you the prelims of what is going to happen, and so therefore we are talking about your in-law, your in-laws, or my in-law, or our in-laws. When we talk about in-laws, as I said earlier, there are so many connotations, there are so many things to say. When I send the messages around, the comments that kept coming, people are so excited to this topic about in-laws, because many have a lot to say. Some people also would decide rather to be silent because of their experience or their ordeals that they have gone through. They don't want to even say anything. But tonight we want to discuss, we want to share, we want to find solutions, we want to learn, we want to make our relationship, our marriage better. That is the reason why Bed of Roses is here, to make you enjoy the roses on the bed. And so somebody, welcome once again to Bed of Roses. And when we talk about in-laws, your in-laws are connected to your spouse through genetic and history, and also biological ties. Get it? When we are talking about your in-laws, anytime you are entering into a relationship, the person that you are going to befriend, or the person that you are in love with, or your beloved one, has also got a family, who has also got a family, who has got siblings, who has got a parent. And for that, they automatically, as soon as you marry into that family, they become your in-laws. They become your in-laws. And so therefore, tonight we are talking about our in-laws. And I want you to know that your in-laws will forever be part of your life. There is no way or you can cut them off. There is no way you can discard them. But one thing we can do is we can learn so that we can blend in well. We can learn so that we can know how to operate around them. And for that matter, that is why we are here tonight. I believe it is a very delicate topic to treat, but we want to go into the nitty-gritty of it. We want to go to the foundation of it. We want to be abreast with time. We want to know, we want to enjoy relationship. Gone are the days that one will go into a relationship unprepared. Gone are the days that people will go into marriages without information, where many people have suffered. They have suffered in the relationship. There are many enduring their love affairs but not enjoying it. But we thank God for Bed of Roses, where we bring topics that nobody wants to talk about, in order for you to learn and prepare yourself for those that are yet to go in, and those that are already in, you can still do something. And that is why we are here this evening. I want you to know that when we talk about marriage, it is a good thing. It is a good thing. But how you handle it will determine whether it remains good or it remains rotten. Some people had it beginning, it was sweet by and by. It was sweet rosy for them, but they could not handle things well. And for that matter, things fizzled out of their hands, or things went wrong or got rotten. But today we want to enjoy that which you have, so that we are going to go further. Now, if in-laws are part of our marriage or part of our life forever, then the question here is, what do we owe our in-laws? Or what, somebody, you can even personalize it and say, what do I owe my in-laws? What do I owe my in-laws? Or what is the requirement for me? What is required of me as a son-in-law or a daughter-in-law getting married into that family? What are my duties, my obligations? What are the things that I'm supposed to do? What are the things that I'm supposed to know? And so therefore, I want somebody to be very, very abreast with time that we go into it. We go into it tonight, and I believe that discussion is going to be sweet and it's going to be beautiful. And so somebody, the free studio lines are still open, and it is clear for you to come in with your opinions. So we are talking about our in-laws, Before I go in, let me give you a story background, a story, and then I want those that can call the studio line to let me know what actually went wrong, and so that we can also also build upon that and then bring our points out. There was a lady, or there is a lady, because she still exists or she's still alive. So there is a lady who got married into a family. But before, prior to the marriage, she was the sweet daughter-in-law that the in-laws could ever have. Whatever you say to her, she does. Wherever you send her, she will go. She was sweet. She always say yes. There was no in her answer. Everything is yes, mommy, yes, daddy, yes, auntie, yes, uncle. And she was there for them at all times, going helter-skelter and doing all that she has to do in order to prove that she was the right person for their son. So she did her very best. She did her very best. I will for now say her very best. And so to make the in-laws approve of her as the best daughter-in-law that they can ever have. Why? Simply because she never said no to them. Simply because she was running at their beck and call. And for that matter, they loved her. And for that matter, they opened their doors to her. They opened their gates to her. And then they cherished her as far as she was doing what they like. So whilst the relationship was getting sweeter and sweeter, this lady got into marriage. He got into marriage and then married their son, which it was a very glorious day, a glorious time. They all enjoyed the moment. So then, as they got into the marriage scene and the woman became the missus of the house, now the woman now decided, now that I am the missus, I have to take control. I have to be in charge of my home, and I have to be in charge of the things that I've been given. So now her behavior began to run downhill, appalling to the in-laws. When they call when the phone rings, she doesn't pick. They cannot get her on errands anymore. They cannot get her to send her to do things for them anymore. So the relationship became sour. It became something else. People, they started complaining that you have changed since you married, and therefore you are not doing what you used to do before. And so this one carried on and on until it get into a serious a family argument, because now this lady who is now married thinks that I have to take in charge of my family, my marriage now, and do what I please to do, and for that matter was not obliged to the in-laws anymore. But the in-laws say the reason why we also allow you to come into the family is because you were the best one we could rely on, call upon you at any time, and you are there. Even midnight when you are sleeping and snoring, we call you, you will respond and do what we like for us. So at this point, the marriage has come to a halt. The marriage has come to a halt because of that. But I want to throw this out there. What went wrong? In this story that has been shared, to your opinion, I want people to call the studio line and please bring your opinions. Bring your opinions. And from there, we are going to go into the discussion of what we have today. But the case study now is what I have said. So what went wrong? What did the lady do wrong? Or what did the in-laws do wrong? We want to assess this and so we want to assess this problem and deal with it. So what can we do on that? What can we do on that? Somebody, the studio lines are open. I'm going to give you the studio lines again so that you can able call and then share your views. Your views matters to us so much. Wisdom, I always say, is not in one person's head, but wisdom is distributed to many. And for that matter, I want to hear from you, your views. What do you think went wrong? How can this be solved? If somebody is also operating in the same manner, what can they learn out of that? What can they learn out of that? Is somebody ready to call the studio number? The number to call is 077, which is the mobile 077 077 077 87 93 939958. And when you call this number, you can call on WhatsApp. And so you can also call 0203 735 8820 0203 735 8820 0203 286 0185. Any of these numbers will come. I will be much grateful if you call the studio lines for your voice to be heard. Don't worry about the language that you want to speak. You can speak in any language and therefore it can be translated. And so somebody, you can call the studio line. The case study has been given. What actually went wrong with this thing that we have heard? What actually went wrong? And so somebody, the studio lines are open for your views to be heard tonight. I will want to hear from you. What do you think was wrong, or what do you think should have been done? And so God bless you. Waiting for a caller right now. God bless you. I have Letitia on the line. Letitia, I don't know if you want to say something particularly about the storyline. What do you think went wrong? As everybody brings their opinion, then we will settle on that, and then we'll give some other things that one should be cautious of, and the things that we need to do. So,
thank you very much, Lady Herb.
Thank you
for inviting me. But Lady Herb, I think what went wrong with this matter, I help me God, I believe the mother, the in-laws were looking for, they had a mind of what a person should look like for their son. And it's easier to act out a mind. If you have a mind of, this is what I said last week, that a lot of us, we have a mind of marriage. We have something that we want to, it has to look like that thing. So we struggle to live up to it. So they wanted a mind, and the girl acted up to be that mind, and she did very well. And at the end of the day, she wasn't herself. It was all an act. It was all an act. It was just to please people. So I'm not sure from which side, because they also had an expectation, but then she also knew how to play the game of meeting expectations. So I guess you can say that she also, they both played each other in a way. Because at the end of the day, I'd like to think that you would like to see a person, a real person. You can't have a person who say woe unto you when everyone says yes, yes, and give glory to you, woe unto you, because no one is like that. Everybody has flaws. So you can't say you meet everything every day. Hi, I'm here. You are there. Hi, where are you? You are always available. You never. When it comes to you, there is never a problem. Rev, I think there's a problem with that. A problem. I think there is a problem. And I don't know. I think they played each other.
Thank you so much. They played each other. Thank you so much. This is the view of Letitia. So we are not going to conclude on it yet. Somebody, I also want to hear your view. What actually went wrong? A lady who decided to please their in-law to the maximum before she got married. And when she got married, the story changed. The story changed, and she now is in loggerheads with the in-laws. It is a sad story. It's a bitter pill to swallow. But we want to find out what actually went wrong. For those of you that have listened to the story, please call the studio line right now and then bring your views. Your views matter. Let us do this in the next 3-5 minutes. Let us bring our views and then discuss on it. Then we can go into more what we have tonight, the discussion. There are so much that we want to learn and to know. And so somebody call the studio line right now and let us share your mind, share your opinions, and let us do it together. The studio numbers again is 0203 735 8820, 0203 735 8820, or you can call 0203 286 0185. Any of these numbers will bring you to the studio. And also you can call on WhatsApp using 077 07778 07787 rather 87 93 9958. Any of these will bring you to the studio. You are welcome. And so somebody, who is the next caller? We want to hear your views, please. In the next 2-3 minutes, let's share this view. Let's share these views. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
it's over. Tell me when it's over. You try to break on me. I'm waking up for mommy.
Okay. Somebody waiting for a caller right now. Let us do it quickly. What went wrong? Somebody do call the studio line right now. The number to call is 0203 735 8820, 0203 286 0185, 077 8793 Any of these numbers is welcome. Any of these numbers can get you to the studio line. Please do call now and let us do. We have 3 more minutes to bring your views.
Tonight is yours.
Okay. Where are the callers? Somebody don't be afraid. Please come and share your views, share your mind. It is much needed tonight.
Let the feeling boil over. Rock me gentle. Rock me gentle. Rock me like a newborn child tonight.
Okay. Whilst we are waiting for the callers to call, we are going into discussion right now for the sake of time. Thank you all for joining. I believe that if you have joined, please share, and continue to share. Now we have this case study. Angela said, I'm warming up, mommy. I am waiting for you. I am waiting for your warm up. Please do call and share. Share with us. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. We thank God for every one of you. This is a case study that I want us to look into it so much. There are so many things that are in this story. If we will look into it and learn, it was going to help us do the right things so that we don't lay the wrong foundation. Now, this is a lady who is bent on getting married to somebody that they love. Let me quickly pick this caller. Okay. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Can you hear me, caller? Can any of you hear me? Late, can you hear me?
Yes, Rev, I can hear you.
Okay, the caller on the line, I can't hear you. I believe you are speaking, but I cannot hear you. Can you please go off and then come back on again if you can, please? Or you can try any of your other numbers and it will bring you to the studio. Thank you. I hope you are hearing me. Thank you. So therefore, what we are doing tonight is that we are looking into this issue. We are looking into this matter in order to deliberate on it and also build upon it. As I already said that your in-laws will forever be part of your life, whether you like it or not. As far as you are married to their son or their daughter, they are part of your life. Most of the time, we feel that, okay, as far as they are married to their son, you are not married to them. But that is a wrong mindset. You must learn to know and then also learn how to work around it, that as far as you have entered into a family to marry one of them, you become part of the family and the family also become part of you. This is a relationship that has been established. So let us know this as the foundation. That is why we are talking about how, as we began last week, how to make our relationship work. And one area we are talking about is in-laws. And I want you to know that the enjoyment of your relationship or the peace of your relationship also depends on how you relate, how well you relate with your in-laws. And for that matter, let us go into discussion. This woman, which we have learned or which we are studying from, has things that she has done. First of all, she was pretentious. First of all, she was pretentious. She was never herself. And I believe that the one thing that I also lay here that we call foundational relationship. Foundational relationship, which I can say that before you get married, how do you relate? Before you even said I do to the one that you are married to, or before you even go into it, how are you relating with your in-laws? It is something we must look into, because this lady began to lay a foundation which she cannot build on. The foundation that she laid was a false foundation. Why? Because she wanted to be approved. She wanted to be part of the family. She wanted to marry the guy at all costs, whether they like it or not, and she achieved that aim, but not for a long time. Why? Because she was not herself, because she did not open up. She was just being playing up on them or their emotions just to get their approval. There are many people who have entered into relationship like that, or who are married into a relationship like that. Before you entered, before you became a wife, before you became a husband, you were the best person they could ever have. When they call, you are there. Anytime they call, you are there. You never said no. You never said I cannot do it. So they trusted in you. Oh, we have got a real treasure here. We have got a real deal here. So they accepted you into the family. And now that you got into the family, it becomes a problem for responding to them, because you were truly not yourself. And so let us first of all deal with what a foundational relationship. How should you behave when you are even courting, when you are dating somebody, before you get married? Some people put on pretense. There are so many pretense these days. Women are pretending, men are pretending. The man wants to put their best on to show your parents that he's the best person who can take care of you, and then can go at length to even give them gifts and other things when sometimes they cannot afford, just to get their approval. But when the approval is given, because what they were doing was not from their heart, they begin to cease from doing it. It did not continue. And this is one thing that we must look into. Whatever you begin or whatever you start before you go into the relationship, you must maintain. Somebody get it? Whatever you start before you enter into the marriage, you must maintain it. So if you know that it is something that you cannot maintain, it's something that is false, is pretense, you better drop it, because it's going to cause you problems. It's going to cause you problems. And that is why many people, their foundational relationship was wrong. The foundation in which they built their marriage or their relationship was pretense. They pretended so much to be the best of all. Some people even pretend in their achievement. They can say, oh, I have been to a university, I've been to this, I've been to that. I quite remember a lady who was a guy took to the fiancé to meet the parents. And so when the girl got there, there are certain questions that probably they asked the son to excuse them, and they were talking. And so therefore the mother was talking with the lady and said that, okay, so what school did you go? And then looking at the status of the guy and the background and the setting of the home, she decided to not upgrade herself and to say a particular school that she did not go. And so therefore she mentioned the name of the school, Achimota. I went to Achimota, and then I went to this, that. So in saying that, it's, oh, well done. Oh, that is good. That is a very good school. Everybody knows that it is a popular school. So which year were you? So she just quickly randomly mentioned a year, and then when she said okay, and then what happened? The woman said, I'm coming, and then called that is the sister-in-law, and he said, so okay, do you know that your sister-in-law here attend the same school with you, and she was in the year that you were? And so now the sister-in-law comes in, starts asking her, oh, do you know teacher this? Do you know teacher that? Do you know this? Oh, so how is the school like? He cannot even tell. Why? because she was living on a pretense. She wanted to pretend to them that she was also from a high class, a high status, coming from a background where she is not coming from there. So these are certain things that people do, and when they lay that foundation, it is difficult to build upon it. It is difficult to pretend forever. Yeah, it is difficult. Some of you are blaming your in-laws, but you started it all because at the beginning you were pretending. You were not yourself. Where you have to say no, you said yes because you wanted the approval. But I believe that there must be balance. Anytime you are relating, truth is also about balance. Yes, when you can say yes, the yes must be yes. When you can do it, don't just say I can't do it. And when you cannot do it, may be bold and say I cannot. In fact, I don't even know how to do. Be yourself. Be yourself. So be yourself before your in-laws. Let them know you for who you are. And then also one most important thing that I want us also to learn here, whilst I read other comments as well, is that whilst we are studying your husband and you are studying the man or the woman, you learn to also study your in-laws. Learn to also study them, how they also operate. Most of the time we forget about them. We forget that we are entering into a family, and forever your husband will remain her mother's son or her father's son, and or vice versa. So therefore, whilst you are studying him, you must also study the way the father operates, the way the mother operates, the siblings, people around her. How do they do their things? How do they do their things, so that you don't get yourself in problems? But most of the time, it is because we are falling in love, and we are having these good spin posts, and we are enjoying love, and that is all it is. And so therefore it is all about the man, and you forget that the man has got extended family in which you are going to be part of them, and they are going to be part of you. So let us also know, for those that are in marriage and you have not done it, begin to study your in-laws. Study them. How do they do their things? Oh, I know a particular lady that he can give me the history of her in-law, and every time I applaud her for that. He said, I took time to study my in-law because I knew that my husband is not the problem. So for me to enjoy my marriage, I must also know the way they do their things. And so this lady began to learn how the mother wants her things and other things, and met her halfway. She did not pretend. She did not pretend to be something that she's not, but she also tried her best to meet her halfway. And the relationship is amazing. He says that, okay, when something happens, he knows exactly what the mother-in-law will say, and he knows how she's going to react because she has taken time to study her. So let us do well, learn. It is not too late, because they are going to be in your life forever. Your in-laws can be in your life forever. So begin to learn them. Hear me, we will not say that they are all good. There are some in-laws that are very manipulative. There are some people that cannot let go of their child. They have held on. It's my son. It's my son. So they don't see the fact that the son is old enough and is going to have a new family. So they hold on to him and they don't want to let go. There is a way to go about it to win them off their son. You don't just by force snatch the person from their hands, but there is a way you go about it, which we are going to go into all that. But for now, I want us to talk about foundational relationship. How should I relate with my in-laws before I get married? Before I get married, how should I relate with them? Or what should I be doing, and what am I not supposed to be doing? This is very essential. As I said, you are laying a foundation, and what you cannot continue, don't start. What you cannot continue, don't start. And for that matter, let me take some comments, and then your views are matters. You can still call the studio line. I believe the caller is still on the line, but I don't know whether you can hear me. But the studio lines are open for your calls to come through, and for your questions, and your contributions are much welcome. And so God bless you. I am waiting to hear your voices tonight on this topic. Because we are going to go deep into it, manipulations from the in-laws. We are going to go into that as well, and how to handle all those things. So somebody join us in discussion tonight, and let us do it together. Let me quickly also read a few comments there. Angela has made it, says the mindset is not right. I believe that she was talking about that the lady's mindset is not right. We have Ricardo also says that amen, Rev, God bless you too, amen. And we have Mama Ajua Adoma say show them great honor. Okay, you must show them great honor and respect as you could with your own parents. Okay, so now Mama Ajua is telling us that this is how we relate with our in-laws. Show them honor and respect as you will also relate to with your parents. That is a very good one. But there are some people too that do not respect their parents at all. They don't have any regards for their parents, and so in the same manner they treat their in-laws. In the same manner they take the same behavior before their in-laws, and therefore we must watch that as well. So thank you very much, Mama Ajua Doma. We have Angela say we need to stop using our in-laws, children, husband, wives as maids. Okay, we should stop using them as maids. Okay, thank you so much. That is from Angela has made it. And we have Doctor say welcome to you, mommy. And then we also have Mama Ajua Doma say I agree. Is Letitia, she was a pretender. I agree with she's agreeing with Letitia that the lady was a pretender. And Angela says I am warming up, mommy. He said but it did not work. Oh, it did not work. Yes, anytime you pretend, you cannot get the best out of the thing that you are looking for. So learn to be yourself, and the areas that you need to work on your character, work on it instead of pretending. Or there is a saying that I don't agree. They say fake it until you make it. No, there is no fake in life. We are not called to be fake. We are called to be real. We are called to be yourself. So today the order of the day is fake. The order of the day is branding. The order of the day is repackaging, but the content itself is so appalling. But let us look and work on our character, work on our habits and the things that people relate with us about. God bless you. Angela say good point. Foundational relationship. Yes, foundational relationship, which we are going to go into it. Angela said there will be no stone unturned. Amen and amen. Genesis 22:24. Angela has put there. Say true. What you can't finish, don't start. God bless you. We have Rebecca Owusu also says, I believe she had a certain motive at the back of her mind. Yes, she has a motive, and we all have motives before we get into marriage. Yes, everybody has got a motive, whether it's a right motive or wrong motive. Everybody has got a motive. We have Mary Adote say, good evening, Rev Doreen. I am with you. God bless you. We appreciate your coming. We have Michelle Gia who has also joined us. Michelle, God bless you. God bless you. Now, so we are going to should we relate with our in-laws before we even get into marriage. How should we relate? Because some people got it wrong. We are going to get into those that are already in there. But before somebody is now getting into relationship or is now in relationship, how well should you relate to your in-laws? If somebody, you can call the studio line. And how should a single person relate to their in-laws? You are now a fiancé, you are a girlfriend, quote unquote, and therefore you have a man in your life, but how should you relate with the in-laws? How should you relate with the in-laws? So I'm going to allow Letitia to speak whilst the studio lines is open for somebody to also come in and then bring your question. Michelle said, what a good question. So how should we relate with our in-laws? Letitia, if you want to come in, then we continue from there.
Yeah, how should we relate with our in-laws? I was just thinking about it. We do things by the Bible. We're biblical people. So there is a scripture in Exodus 20, and it says that honor thy father and thy mother. So relating to them, because also a mother and a father. Yeah, they're also a mother and a father. So in that sense, if you say if I say I'm going to marry somebody, now I'm not becoming one with that person. Right? Becoming one with that person, that means that now I have two mothers and two fathers. I have inherited your mother and you've inherited my mother. So from that angle alone, the same respect I'm giving my mother is the same respect I'm giving mother. But you said, Rev, that most people they don't also honor their own parents. So they also don't know how to relate to people. Which is then I think is a thing that the grown-ups have. They have a certain understanding that, okay, they can sort of see that this person is very immature, or this person is this person is that. So they can also find a way to even relate with that person in their own way, in that person's way. Like the way that person is behaving, they can find a way to relate with them. Yeah, they can find a very good way to relate to them. And like what you said, I said that it's a foundation. It's all coming back down to the foundation. The foundation must be built correctly. We must use the right materials. My first one is honor. Rev, if I'm to give an example, there's an example of David. He didn't touch Saul. And he made an example of that so people can see and emulate, and also that peradventure he gets in the same situation, people may treat him the same way. So that's by the principle of life itself, that at times, I know we get angry and wound up in emotions, that we forget that you can also find yourself in the same situation, because you're going to give birth and become a mother-in-law one day, a mother-in-law one day. This you may give or may project, you will receive it in 100-fold. Because why? The foundation, you planted that seed, so it will germinate, and you will have to harvest dishonesty, dishonor, anger. You have to harvest these things, but not. I mean, what we plant is what we're getting. So I think how we are relating, just by relating to parents, I think the first thing is honor. Honor is felt. Honor is not just by saying, oh, I do what you say. Sometimes I disagree with my parents, but I honor them. You have to find, I like what you say, Rev. I think you said it last week. You said that there is a way of saying no without being rude. There is a way of communicating something. We don't always have to agree. Even if we're not agreeing, we have to communicate it very well and in a non-rude way, and the most pleasant way possible. Just because I say yes to you doesn't mean I respect and honor you. Just because I say yes to you doesn't mean I respect you. We saw that when with the scenario. The lady was doing everything good by paper. She met all the qualifications, but she was not the right person. Not the right person, but she had a character that she had hidden, and she was very good at hiding it until she married. So if we are to go by okay, let's start with the foundation. This is my parents. Let me honor them. Even if I disagree, I'm still honoring them. Yes, even if I disagree, it's okay to say no. I'm so sorry, Mom. This I really cannot do. Dad, I'm sorry. I really cannot do. Or just another thing. Yeah, I think but from the honor perspective, with honor, then I think it will cover all the multitudes of everything else. Just by honor itself, I mean, everything will fall apart, will fall into it. Because if you honor, you will know when not to disrespect. You will know when to how to be around them. And I like what the other lady said. That's like she learned how the mother-in-law is. She learned how the father-in-law is. You know, you get, it's like a study case. Every day is a study case, because you are both two different people, and you are coming into finally that they don't know your attitude and your bringing. So if anything, people can turn around and say, look, say Ghana and Zimbabwe are getting married. They'll turn around and say, oh no, Zimbabweans no. And Zimbabweans also turn around and say, oh, Ghana no. It's the clash of different cultures and different people. Why? Because they were born in different houses. So with the understanding of the person to say, okay, I understand that I'm a different person, but let me learn their culture and see what they have to bring. Then vice versa, the in-laws too are also welcome and open to say, look, we understand that this is not our relationship. This is our child's relationship. He also chooses what he wants. She also chooses what she wants. At the end of the day, even if this is what she's chosen, we're going to have to respect that and work with her.
It doesn't always happen like that, Late. It
Not
doesn't.
at all, Rev.
It doesn't
Not
happen
at
like
all.
this is my child's relationship. No, it becomes our relationship.
Our
Because
relationship.
as far as
Yes.
one gets involved with one, it is like a triangle. It is like a circle. It's like it goes round and comes round. So that is why we ought to know and learn and do the right things as we ought to do. One of the things that we also have to do before you also refine your character. Let us talk about refining your character. If your character is appalling, it doesn't matter how well you try to suppress it, oppress it, and please somebody or try to honor them, it will pop up. It will definitely pop up.
Yeah.
And so one thing that you know, that a person that you are now going to mingle with other people, you must work on your character. You must work on your character, such as having an open mind as well. Open mind will also help. There are people that you have your mind, you have such a close mind and you think that everything revolves around you and everything is about you. What you like is what goes. No, it is not just about you. Anytime we join hands with somebody, it is no more about you, but about both of you. It is no more about singular but plural, the plural you, not the singular you. So therefore it is not about you thinking that this I. There is no I in relationship. It is us, we in relationship. So you begin to work on yourself and know that there are certain things that even though there are certain things that is not it will not be accepted in anywhere, like a rude mouth. A person who has got a rude mouth, nobody will accept you. And if you have such a, you said, don't say that is how I am, this is me. No, that is not you. You can work on yourself and become better. Nobody wants to get a woman who is has a rude mouth, or a woman who is bad mouthing people. No, you must know that it is a bad character and it is not acceptable anywhere, and you must work on it. The next one is also liars. People that lie. There are people that they can lie to you that you will even believe. You believe everything about them. But I want you to know that it cannot take you further. No lie is maintained forever. Even if it takes 20 years, one day it will come out. See me, it will come out. So please, if you're a person that you have lived your life, you have cultured yourself in lies, please work on that before you get yourself disgraced. Because you can oppress it. Just as I said to the other they went to the home. What school do you go? And because she's a person that I always want to protrude something that she's not, she began to mention a high school, that I went to this school, went to that school, and by then she disgraced herself right there. They realized that she did not go to the school, and then she said she went to the school. So now what happened? The parent says that even if just a school, she can lie like this in front of me, then she's not a marriageable material. She lost the man. She lost the man just on that grounds because she lied. She wanted to prove a point. The mother disagreed with her. So let us be open as much. If you are coming from a shabby background, don't be ashamed or don't be shy. Oh, where do you go to school? Oh, mommy, in fact, I went to school, but I didn't even finish it. Or by in the future, when I get the opportunity, I will continue. Beautifully said. But to pretend and say something that you are not, it will always catch up with us. So let us, for us to relate well with our in-laws, check yourself first. Begin to work on your character. Begin to work on your character first before you approach somebody. Some people, you are always blaming your in-laws. My in-law that, my in-law did. But you yourself, you know that your character is nothing to write home about. Even your parents cannot handle you. How well do you think your in-laws can handle you? I'm not here to talk for the in-laws, but we are cutting across everywhere. We'll come to the place that we also deal with the in-laws that manipulate their children and manipulate and uses people for their gain. So therefore, let us work on our character. And the next one that I want us to also go into is culture, which Letitia, you mentioned. Most people don't take this one. It is a very serious thing that one must know. If I want to relate with a man, if I fall in love with a man, that I want to stay with him forever, I must learn his culture. I must learn his background. Where is he coming from? What is acceptable there? What is not acceptable there? You must know. Hear me? Because adults have a way of living. Hear me? You can say, hey, yeah, hey, you. You know, there have been today some people in our country, we call somebody, hey. You are in trouble. We don't accept hey. But in some culture, in the modernized world, the European, they call everybody hey. Go and call an adult hey in Ghana and you are in trouble because it's not acceptable. But if you don't know the culture, you begin to do things that will go against you. Although Hear me? Although you didn't know, so you have no excuse but to learn the culture of your beloved one, to learn the culture of the one that you love. Hear me? A person take the lady to see the mother who they are coming from a royal background. So in the morning, where they are coming from, this is where you bow and then you greet, and then greet mommy and greet daddy. But the lady got there and without knowing, he say, "Are you okay?" And the mother busted me. "Are you asking me that I'm okay?" She was so angry. "What do I not look okay to you?" Because that language is not heard of in her in her culture. You cannot use that. But where the lady is coming from, we all say, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" But check, there are certain things that you cannot cross boundaries with. So know the culture of the person that you are relating with. It is not just about feeling romantic. It's not about just the goose pimples. It's not about just sex and all that. There are so much important things that one must learn. One must know, such as culture. Culture is a way of life. Hear me? When we talk about culture, it's a way of life, the way we live. So I'm looking to live with you forever. I must know the way you live. I must learn things about you that has become part of you, because there are certain things that you cannot change of a person, because culture becomes part of us. Yeah, culture becomes part of us. There are certain things that you cannot change from the person that you love. It is part of them. And for that, what do? You learn how to correspond, how to relate with that culture, because it's not everything that is changeable. It's not everything that I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that. No, there are certain things that you cannot change. There are certain things that you will change together. So therefore, cultures are very, very important. So cultural differences, when you are in relationship, in marriage, sit down and talk. What your background, what do you accept? What are you not accepting? Hear me. There are certain places, certain places, even back in secondary school, we learn certain things that when you touch people from certain parts of their body, it means something. Everything that we do is a language. It's a language. You touch somebody's shoulder, it is telling you something. You greet somebody in the palm. We have people that will greet you in the palm and tickle your palm. Where we are coming from, somebody will greet you and tickle your palm. They are telling you that I'm in love with you. That is a language being said. But if you don't know all these things, somebody will be saying something to you and you may not even get it, because you have not sat down to learn their culture. So let us know cultural differences. It's very important. Many marriages have failed because of cultural clash. Many people have used wrong words. For them, it was accepted in their background, so they spoke it anyhow. But to their spouse, it was the most rude thing they have ever said. And because of that, some people couldn't handle it. Yeah, so there are certain things that it may be suitable for another, but another is not suitable. But this is the time you sit down and talk together. Or what is your background? Okay, you are coming from like Edwards have the way or they do their things. The Ashantis have the way they do their things. You see, people from different tribes have the way they do their things, and you must learn to respect that. You do not go into a relationship imposing yours on people. Yeah, there are people that is the order of your life. You go imposing your culture on other people. You don't respect their culture, but you think that your culture is the best that must be followed, and therefore you go and impose. No, it is about also respecting their culture. And when you are somebody, you are with people, adult or elderly people respect culture. They respect culture. They look at a woman who honors culture and everything. And then they know that this is a woman. When you know how to respond to the mother, you know how to respond to the father, you know how to blend with the in-laws, they tell you that you have found a golden wife or a golden husband in your hands, because they respect what? Culture. So let us know that cultural differences is very, very important. Let us not overlook it, but it is something that you must learn. It's something that you must learn. If you want to enjoy your relationship, enjoy your marriage, you must learn culture. What do they say? What is their language saying? What do they say when they are angry? How do they behave? There are people, you have to learn all these things before a man will take you to meet their parents. Before a man will take you to meet their parents, you must ask certain questions. Don't be yeah, because when I see their parents, it means that I'm going to get married. And so you are so eager to go and see them, but you don't learn the things that you ought to learn that will bring the approval. You don't learn the things that will bring that will pleases their heart. And you go and then you go mess up. So you must learn, oh, how is mommy like? What does mommy like doing? Oh, mommy doesn't like when people talk over her. So the man should be able to give the woman this information. And the woman should be able to also give information to the woman. Okay, as for my mom, this particular thing, she doesn't like it. When she's talking to you, she wants to finish her sentence. Then you will come in. Don't talk over her. So don't take the message out of her mouth. When you know this, you are cautious, and therefore you behave yourself well. But if we don't relate in that manner, knowing cultures and everything, we offend so much our in-laws. We offend them so much because we don't regard their culture. We don't regard what they regard, and for that matter, we think that they are difficult. Yes, they are difficult ones. We will go there, but let us talk about culture. How important is culture in our relationship? How important is our culture in our relationship? Let me take comments and then I will get back to those. The studio lines are still open. Please, I would like to hear your comment tonight and your contribution. The studio number to call is 0203-735. For those of you who said I called the studio line and didn't come through, please do call again, or call the mobile and you are through. Call the mobile. You can call on WhatsApp and you are through. And so somebody call again. Whilst I'm mentioning the numbers, you can jot it down and then call, pick the mobile, pick the landline, whichever one will bring you to the studio. So the number to call is 0203-735-8820. Let us make it more interactive. So somebody do call 0203-735-8820 or 0203-286-0185. I take it again, 0203-286-0185, and the mobile number is 077 077 87 939958 077 87939958. Any of these numbers will bring you to the studio. For those on Facebook, the number has been pinned down there, and you can call any of them and they will bring you to the studio. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. We appreciate you so much. Okay, let me pick some comments out there. Okay, so we also have yes, okay. Michelle Gia says so true, and he said, how do you honor your own parents? That is a question. How do you honor your own parents? We are going to talk about that briefly for you, and so that is a question that has come through, how you to honor your own parents. And we have Mama Comfort Okan says that you cannot fake forever, because character is like needle hiding in a sack full of something. One day, shaking it or turning it, the needle will come out from the hole of the sack and pinch you. Okay, so pretense is like a needle in the sack. That is adults. You see the proverbial way mommy has put it, and these are some of the things adults do their things. And so see how mommy has said it, that you cannot fake, because anytime you fake, one day you'll be exposed. One day your character will actually show, and then it will also cause you harm. We thank God for the life of Mommy Comfort Okan. We also have Joseph Intigorson says, how we treat our family members also determines how we treat our in-laws. There are no way one could respect her mother-in-law if she doesn't respect her mother. Thank you so much. That is so profound. Indeed, there are no ways. You say the way you treat your mother is the same way you can treat. Just a minute. Okay, sorry about that. That is Master David trying to get through. So we bless God for every one of you. So I will allow Letitia to come in at this point. Before Master David come in. Letitia?
Yes, Russ. Thank you. Coach, how does culture affect a relationship? It's like many of us were raised in different homes. One is a food called fufu. One is how then can I have to learn. I have to come to a point where I have to learn that I have to go and find out that there's a food called fufu. I have to figure out how do you make that food? How because I wasn't brought up with it. So it's having the understanding of saying, look, I understand that this culture, they eat this. This culture, this is what they do. This culture, this is how. Because if I'm not able to accept that part of my beloved, I am then not able to, we can't work together. Because there's an element that's missing of him that I'm not accepting. So once I say, okay, I'm opening up to your culture. This is what you do. Because culture doesn't necessarily mean Ghana history or this history. It means that even in my house, there's a culture of people kneel down. Like I think most Nigerian houses, they lay down flat on the floor to greet people. Many Southern African people, they have a culture of in their own houses. Not many people do it. Some people do it, some people don't. So it's a culture of what we do in our house. What culture was built in our house, the one I was brought up in. So even when they're Nigerians and then they come to the house, me and my culture would say I should kneel down and greet them. I shouldn't lay flat on the floor. Peradventure, they want me to lay flat on the floor. Or maybe they're also the same, they're also Nigerian, but then they don't expect anybody to kneel down. They don't even understand why you should kneel down. So it's very important not to just understand the culture of where the person is from, but the actual inbound, where the household, how they move as the surname. So if the surname is Mr. Smith, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, how the Smiths live. This is what is accepted in their house. This is what they accept in life. Or this is what they believe in. Because if we can't believe, how can two work together? We can't agree on pure culture. Then we can't work together at all. It's a big thing. It is a big thing. Because a lot of us, even some people, they don't even, I've met some people that a language barrier. So at some point, if anything, I'm getting married to someone who is from France. I'm going to have to learn how to understand French or have a way of communicating with that person. So we have culture. Culture is a big thing. That's what shapes all of us. I think even in our network, at work, we promote culture because what you have and what I have is what makes up a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's not only what I know. I may know a little part, which is like 5% of the sphere, and then you may know 10%. And by the time you realize we've not added ourselves, we're not 15, and we've built something very good and very, very nice foundation. So I think a lot of us, if we understand culture, that look, yes, I'm coming from a different household. So are you. Yes, I have flaws, and so have you. Yes, I may not be as educated as you may be, but I'm willing to be truthful and I'm willing to better myself. And you may be a very, very good husband and very, very good upbringing, but let's have an understanding of I am willing to learn. Then you have beat all odds. You have won anybody and everybody. I'm willing to learn. I am willing to try. I am willing to give it a chance. I think it covers all, right?
Thank you so much.
I think it covers all.
Coming to the point of learning to coming to the point that you have to submit to learn the culture of your spouse or the person that you love. God bless you, Letitia. We have Master David on the line. Can we allow Master David to speak? Good evening, Master David. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, and hello to your viewers and your listeners across the globe. I also want to greet your panelists and then everyone listening.
God bless you.
We are here again. Another week is here. We are here to learn, to also impact the little we have, who are also getting into different situations. And today, one of the topics that we don't normally hear about, in-laws, that's it's a difficult thing. And it's not, if you don't have the courage, you can't talk about it. If you're talking about it, it's like you're putting a rope around your neck, standing on a chair. If you slip, you are going to die. If you are able to survive it, it saves your marriage or your relationship. But there is one thing. Let me change the flavor here. Let everyone understand, if you're a mother and somebody comes to marry your daughter, I married your daughter, I did not marry you. I married your son, I did not marry you. I came into the family. It was your son or your daughter I saw. He was the one I was in relationship with. He's the one I am in relationship with. So mothers and fathers, in-laws, take your long hands off our relationship and give us our peace of mind to make decisions. When in-laws begin to muddy the waters of marriage and relationship, that is where we always have problems. He is my son. I carried him 9 months. Then marry him and leave me alone. He is my son. I know him better than you do. And my son don't like this food. Why are you cooking this food for my son? Do you want to kill my son? Do you want to do this? Then marry your son and leave me alone. And we the men, most of the time, we are the ones who leave our mothers in control of our relationships. Let's be honest and let's be factual. You are married to this woman. You are starting your marriage. You are starting your home. And your mother moves in to come and live with you for the rest of her life. What home are you building? And now she comes to the house. She is now the dictator and the autocratic leader of your home, dictating to your wife how she needs to prepare soup, because the way she wanted to relate with her husband or her late husband or her ex-husband and couldn't get a chance to do, now she wants to live that life in your home. That's unacceptable. That is not acceptable. Not today, not tomorrow. So in-laws that are even thinking of this, shame on you, and don't even try. Don't even try. Because the truth of the matter is, we are young couple. We are two people trying to put our heads together to set up a home. Your mother-in-law, my mom is welcome to my house when my wife is pregnant and I need her to be there to coach her through pregnancy or something. You are not there to come and tell me how to live my life in my home. No. You know, one thing is, we create that enabling environment and give blank check to our mothers into our marriages, and they decide to put any amount on it and go and withdraw. When you begin to sign blank checks, that is what you get. You will always get in-law problems. But when you set your foot on the ground and set your parameters right, my mother doesn't visit my home for more than 3-4 months. No. Maybe during your wife's maternity period or whatever, she comes there, help, because she has been a mother. She has been there. Whether it is your wife's mother or your own mother, set the rules straight. In-laws are not supposed to be permanently living with us unless there is some extreme problem that we have to accommodate. And those things, we have to accept the fact that we both are on the same platform. My mother cannot tell my wife what food to cook for me on what day. No. No, that's not your problem. You only decide what you want to cook for me when I visit you in your house. When you come to my house and one day you want to cook some traditional food you used to cook, yes, we all agree you can do it that day. Teach my wife how to do it. Accepted. But the fact is that most mother-in-laws crosses the boundaries all the time. All in the name, it is my son's house. Okay, then I'll leave the house and leave the house for you and your son. Live in it. A lot of daughters-in-laws are having depression, all because their husbands have allowed their mothers to become the dictators of their homes. And we men, because we love our mothers to some point, we become so enslaved to them. And wicked mothers, they bank on that. Wicked in-laws, they are there. They are wicked in-laws. Some of them are wicked. They don't come to your home with any evil, any good intention. Well, especially in some cultures, we know. Why are you producing only women? My son, you need somebody to be your next, to be your heir. Are they not in-laws? And all these people that call themselves in-laws that will be dictating in people's home. On Sunday, go and see them at churches. They are the women organizers and women leaders of groups. Meanwhile, when they get to their son's home, they are the lions and the demons in those homes. How can a daughter-in-law, after their mother-in-law visit them, now is the time they are begging their supervisors, I want to do 16 hours on the job, because she cannot stay in that house 16 hours with the mother-in-law. So she have to work overtime. By the time she get home, that old woman is sleeping. Early morning, she get up and go to work, so they don't meet until she leaves. If you are that kind of mother-in-law, I'm sorry, revise your note, because it's not helping. We are talking about in-laws. Look, cultures are different. When you want to marry somebody outside your culture, you need to, like my sister said, you need to be ready to learn everything about that culture, the do's and the don'ts, things that will make you blend through, things that will make you accepted in that culture. We have to learn. If you are not that educated, you are not that type that want to learn or don't want to accept the fact that you don't know and you want to learn, then there is a problem. I'm sorry. We if you are not teachable, if your teachability score is 0, I'm sorry, you are not a marriage material. You cannot marry. Whether you are a man or woman, if your teachability score is below 20%, I'm sorry, you are not teachable, so you are not a marriage material. Because be it a man, you have to know how to relate with your brother-in-laws, your sister-in-laws, your mother-in-laws. And like you rightly pointed out, the man who is in relationship with a woman who knows that your mother is a difficult mother-in-law or a difficult woman, you need to help your wife to accept the fact that this is who she is. Don't cover up. But most of the time, we don't want to say bad things about our mothers. You know your mother is a bad in-law because your brother was married and your mother went in and destroyed his marriage. So once you are married, she is coming with that standard. So you need to psych your wife's mind. Let your wife know, my mom is this, my mom is paranoid, my mom always wants things done her way. So when she's in this house, please, let's all be on one team. So once your mother comes, you'll be on your side of your wife. You'll be on the side of your husband. And let them know, I am with you. Whatever she say, I want you to just keep quiet. It's not going to be that long. She's not going to be here forever. There is a difference between fear and discipline. When you become so fearful to a point where Everybody is afraid of your presence, and people don't feel at home when you show up. You are graduating from being a human to a monster. So we should all know, whether you are the daughter-in-law or you are the mother-in-law, whatever in-law you find yourself, whatever class of in-law you find yourself, if you and your husband visit your mother or your mother, and your mother doesn't feel comfortable around your husband for whatever reason, then you being the husband need to assess yourself. Why is it that when I show up in this house, everybody frown their face? Why is it that when I show up in this house, people begin to get out? They go out, they don't come back anymore. I don't get people to talk to. Assess yourself. Check your demeanor. Check the way you dress, because some people want to be in suit and tie when they are going into a village where it's only one lawyer that has emerged from that village. So nobody will want to be close to you because you are too dressed up. Learn, like our sister said, when you learn the culture, you will understand that some cultures they don't do well with people who come in with three-piece suit. So you learn to wear what will fit in. So when you learn to fit in, people will know, oh, this guy, they say he's a banker, but anytime he comes here, he's wearing slippers, he's wearing some shorts, and he fit in well with us. Oh, that's a perfect in-law. That wouldn't take away from your degree. It wouldn't take away from you being a professor. No. It is just showing that you have learned your spouse's or your partner's culture, and you are going by it because you love that woman or that man you are being with. But some of us want to glue ourselves to our culture to an extent that we don't want anything to come between what we know or who we are. If you are that kind who don't want to give up some things and to learn new things, then you are not the marriage material. No one can marry you. You are not a good in-law. Whether you are son-in-law or father-in-law, mother-in-law, whoever, whichever in-law category, you are not the best. What I'm saying is, we marry or we go into relationship. We are two different people who are ready to put our ego, our pride on the side and learn to integrate with the other person we are in contact with. Marriage or relationship is like a business partnership. I have my idea, you have your idea. I started my business, you started your business. Now we have to merge the business so we can all forge ahead as a big entity. So there are things that I used to do in my business which will not help our merger. I have to let it go. We have to have a common goal. What do we want in the next 5 years? Like I said the other day, you have to have a development plan. In the next 5 years, where do we want to be? Then we incorporate our parents. Our parents are there to guide us. They are not there to dictate for us how our life should be. And mothers and fathers-in-laws, the lifestyle you wanted to live, which you could not live, doesn't mean your son has to live that lifestyle, because we live in a different era. Understand that. Clear and simple. You wanted to be a CEO of multi-million corporation, doesn't mean that your son being a CEO, he have to live the life you wanted to live. That was your dream. That was not his dream. So marriage life is like opinions. Everybody have the size of their nose. It's different. The same way you see somebody with a pointed nose, somebody with a oval nose and whatever. That is how marriage life or relationship life should be. Everyone is different.
Different.
I cannot be who Doreen will be. Just because I know Doreen or Doreen is married to my brother doesn't mean that she have to behave like my sister. No, Doreen is from a different mother. She have different genetics. She had a different upbringing. You can only give her a piece, and also embody yourself to a piece that we have here, and learn the culture. The fact that I'm learning your culture doesn't mean I have to transform myself into your culture and become one of you. I am not. When we begin to blame people because they are not accepting our culture, they are not abiding by what the rules and regulations. My mother, they come home, babe. My mother said, my mother is bugging me. My mother is bugging me that I have to have a son, and I have to have a son. Okay. The next question you have to ask him: what did you tell your mother when she said it? Oh, well, you know my mother is the kind that you can't convince. So you are coming to tell me, am I God? We need to watch what we say to our partners. When your mother is stressing you out, and you come to your wife and you are telling your wife that your mother wants a son, if she wants a son, let her go get a boyfriend or husband and give birth to a son.
Oh dear.
No, for crying out loud. Is your wife, baby, like, do we have a bank where you go and, having children, it's not like going to the bank and telling the teller, I want smaller denomination, I want big denomination. You don't have a choice. Mm-hmm. Besides, if there is somebody to blame, it is your son you have to blame, because he put the eggs into the woman. So tell your son, the next time you are having intercourse with your wife, produce only male sperms that will produce male children. Don't come and blame the woman who is just a receptor. No. But because of our primitive ideas, we don't even understand how babies are come into the world, how babies are produced. But we only blame because it is the woman that was pregnant. You forget that it was your son who produced that female organs into the woman. The woman is just a receptor. In-laws need to be educated. As long as you are asking somebody's daughter, what school did you go to? What degree do you have? You too, how do you know about genetics before you start blaming somebody about children? Enlighten yourself. When you begin to enlighten yourself about genetics and reproduction, you will stop blaming your daughter-in-law for not giving you male children. You will blame your son for not producing male organs. I'm sorry. Sometimes we have to be tough. Sometimes we have to go the extra mile to let people know that their attitudes and their behaviors are not welcome in anywhere, close any home. I don't care what culture you belong to. Mom and dad, you were married. You had your own time. Allow us to have our own time too. Stop putting your nose in any affair of your children. It is not because your daughter-in-law doesn't respect. It is not because your son-in-law is not respectful. It is because you are stressing them too much. If you take those your long spoons out of their food, out of their table, they will have peace of mind. Unto a point where we have some mother-in-laws and father-in-laws and all these in-laws going to prayers and praying against their daughter-in-laws. So you think you are praying against my wife will give me peace of mind at home? Or you forget that I'm still living in that house as your son? Like I said, let us revise our note. I know my shortcomings. I know what I have to do. And son-in-laws and daughter-in-laws, let's stop blaming our parents, our in-laws for being witches and wizards. The day you blame my mother, the day you call my mother a witch, that will be the end of me and you. Because if my mother was a witch, when my bones were fragile, she will have toasted me and used me for barbecue. Not today that I have dry and heavy bones that you are coming to call my mother a witch. Check yourself and your attitude as a daughter-in-law. Will you respect your mother? Will you talk to your mother the way you are talking to my mother? we have to check ourselves. The way you respect your mother and the way you want us to do shopping, big time shopping when we are going to visit your mother. But when it comes to my mother, because you think she's a witch, she don't deserve to be shopped for. She only deserves cheap things because she's your mother-in-law. But when you are going to visit your mom, she deserves the first class shopping. Think about it. You will one day become an in-law, and karma will not let it fly. Let me pause here for somebody to take over.
God bless you.
Before I cross the red line.
God bless you so much. We appreciate you. We thank God for your life. Let me take a few comments on Facebook and then we can run up and then we'll continue next week on the same topic. We are going to deal with manipulative in-laws. We have to talk about the things that they do in manipulating their in-laws. We are going to deal with that next week by the special grace of God. Emily Lara, God bless you. We see you there. And then we have Angela say your husband or your wife must, but not into consideration of the language barrier. Say does not mean we are not willing to learn. Okay, it says, Master David, I salute. That is from Angela. B Odobe Kasa, God bless you. Says, how are you doing? I thank God for your life. That is one of the presenters in this studio, and we bless God for her life. We thank God for her life. Thank you for joining, Odobe Kasa. We bless God for your life. Amen and amen. We also have Angela says, Mommy, we need part 3. Oh, okay, we have not even started part 2, but you have gone to part 3. We bless God for that. Odobe Kasa says marriage must be based on love. Once it is established, the love will overshadow all odds by communication and forgiveness. God bless you, Odobekasa. And then we also have Adradma say, well said, brother. Everyone is different indeed. We have Doxa Charismata says mercy. We have Michelle enjoying a love there. And we have Odobekasa says God must be the center of every marriage. Well said, says God bless you. And then Michelle is really enjoying herself right there. And then say, no, this guy is fun. He said this guy is fun. I love it. Okay, talking about Master David and then still enjoying her love there. He said forgive. We also have Mama Mercy say Master David. He said well said, Master David. We thank God. We have Matilda Osei also there. He says God bless you. We thank God for every one of you, and I believe that you have joined this evening. Our time is far gone, and so we are going to come your way again next week with some more on this same topic, because we are going to exhaust it, we are going to elaborate it, and we are going to really speak the truth as is being spoken by Master David. And we thank God for your life, Master David. At this point, we are going to take your final word, and then Letitia, you also come in with your final word. Letitia, can we hear your final word? And then we go to Master David. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Rev. Thank you very much, Master David. Rev, my final words are what you said from the start, that the foundation, if the foundation be destroyed, then what can we do? So we must always build on our foundation. I must always work at my own character and attitude, just me as a being. Even yes, as a person, there's a way to treat people. There's a way to go about doing things. There is a culture of doing things in life. There's a culture of how to get to God. There's a culture. He's put coaches in place of how to do certain things. So I must always learn that there's always a way to do things. So I just foundation, working on the foundation. What am I supposed to know? I should ask myself, what am I supposed to know? What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to do? How do I relate? How do I speak? How do I communicate? If it's the wrong thing, how do I communicate it properly? And like I said before, as much as I understand from the perspective of the people that are getting married into the family, but then the in-laws, like I was saying earlier, that the in-laws also understand that the in-laws may also have an disagreement of whom the person should marry. And I'm like, okay, if that's the case, I understand, Mom and Dad, that you guys have married, but this is also what I have chosen. As much as she seems, this person looks raw, seems raw, feels raw, speaks raw, but this is the person I'm bringing to also be a part of you. So please open up your arms and accept her. Because as much as, yes, she's coming into your family and becoming one of you, but you also must understand that you've gained a daughter or a son. So she's become a part of us. we are now all a family. And like what Master David, and I know this one is beyond my paycheck and my pay grade. Like when we get to that point where now our parents, they have a say in what we do as a family, or because if my husband has chosen me, he has chosen me. I don't know why he chose me. Not my family, not his family, his mother or his father. But yes, he's made an honorable decision to ask his parents for an approval. And yes, the parents may say yes or they may say no. Then it's like, why did you say no? Why did you say yes? But then if that's the case, they must also have a bigger heart to understand that now they have two immature kids because they've never been married. At least these parents are a step ahead. This was said, older people, they have a way of understanding. They have an understanding they have. So they must also have a big heart to say, okay, I've gained an immature girl or an immature son. Now let's work together and be willing, as long as the one is willing to learn, Rev, nothing can be missed. As long as one is willing to learn, nothing can be missed. So whatever foundation can be laid, foundation will be right. The person will be willing to learn. Cultures will be willing to be learned. And by the time you realize it's a successful marriage, even though, and being successful doesn't mean that there's no ups and downs. There will be ups and downs, but at least the foundation is stable. All things are stable. It will stand.
Thank you so much. When all things are stable, it will stand. Think about the foundation. Work on yourself as an individual. Yes, Letitia. Thank you so much, Letitia. We appreciate your coming and we appreciate all that. Your contribution is amazing and phenomenal with the kind of wisdom that you are bringing on board. We bless God for your life. Amen. So now we are taking the final word from Master David and we are done. Master David, your final word. Your final word. What should somebody take home?
What I want us all to take home is that in-laws or be in relationship, going into a home, we are all human. And one thing we have to understand is that situations and cultures make people behave differently. Your mother-in-law's behavior can be changed if you change yourself. There are certain things that we misconstrue ourselves and we misjudge people. This person don't like me. Every time I tell people I meet, I say, when something is not going right and you think that someone have to change, ask yourself, what can you change that will push them to change? Because if your in-law is so hard on you, when you begin to have a soft tone and you don't talk back, whatever they say, yes, 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 and you don't say any no, things will change. They will now begin to ask, what changed? Let us all accept the fact that we cannot get people to like us 100%. The same way we cannot get people to hate us 100%. When it's 50-50, that's okay. You can go with it. But people in relationship, what I will tell you is that both of you are a team. Son, don't go to your mother's side all the time. Don't run to your mother's side all the time and stand against your wife. Daughter, don't go to your parents so quickly and stand against your husband or your spouse or your partner. Two of you are teammates. You have to think together. You have to come up with a strategy so that when you are striking, your husband is right there behind you. So that when you, the son, you are striking, your wife is right beside you. Against them, you will always lose. But when it's us against them, two of you are a team. They cannot defeat you because your love is formidable. We come here to learn. Next, like she said, the next topic, manipulation, we will have a lot to talk about. Because there are certain things that even some in-laws don't even know. It's a sign of manipulation. but we are going to expose it so that when we coming up, we will also learn. Please, whatever you learn from here, don't let it end on this platform. Debate it among yourself. Where you think I am wrong, I am not beyond reproach. Call me out. Hey, I disagree with you on this, and tell me what you think, because I'm also here to learn. The host is not perfect. We are all here to learn. But let's all come around this campfire, have a debate, have the sharing of opinions, share your comment, and let's all turn off the light after the show. The fire has to still burn among ourselves. We have to talk, we have to relate. And that is how we grow. We grow as a community. So to all of you, those in relationship, good luck. Change certain things and make it work. Those who are now coming in, we are not scaring you. It's a very nice thing to be in relationship with people.
Thank you so much, Mr. David.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you. We want to have more of you, and we believe that next week we are here whilst we are talking or dealing with manipulative in-laws. And so somebody make yourself available next week, and you will hear more of Master David. We thank God for your life, and we bless God for everyone that has tuned in. Odobekasa, God bless you. Thank you for tuning in, and every one of you, we appreciate you so much. There's more to come, and there is more for us to talk about. Next week is going to be the day. We have Mama Comforto can says what the man is saying, some of it I agree, because my mother-in-law came to my house one day serving my husband with a nice bowl. I was serving my husband with a nice bowl. She was dictating to me to keep the bowl for visitors and give an old bowl for my husband, which was not on, because we gave away into our marriage. Okay, so some of these things, so we can even testify from mommy saying that what the mother-in-law was imposing upon her to do, because thinking that okay, your husband should eat from an old bowl and let the visitors eat from nice bowls, which the wife also want the husband to eat on in the nice bowl. So there are certain things that I believe that it shouldn't be a grounds of discussion. Whatever bowl the wife want to serve the husband with should not be a problem for the mother-in-law should be talking about. Let us come again next week, and you will hear more about manipulative in-laws. It's not just mother-in-laws and father-in-laws. We also have some sister-in-laws and brother-in-laws. My God, they are so manipulative, and so we will gather them together, and next week we are going to talk about it. So make a date with us on next week Friday, exactly the same time, 8 p.m. We are right here. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. It is a bye-bye for now. So enjoy your day. Master David, we appreciate you so much. God bless you. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Letitia, God bless you. You did amazing. God bless you. Thank you all. Good evening. It is a bye-bye for now. Bye. Bye. Thank you.
We are back, folks. We can...
She don't try to hide it. Diamonds on the soles of her shoes. He's a poor boy.
God bless you, Mama Pat Durant. God bless you.
Empty as a pocket with nothing to
God bless you.
Ta-na-na. She got diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Ta-na-na. Ta-na-na. She got diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Diamonds on the soles of the shoes. Diamonds on the soles of the shoes.
God bless you. It is a bye-bye for now. Ricardo says, wow, thank you very much, Master David, Letitia, and Rev, and you, Rev. Thank you too, Ricardo. We bless God for your life. We appreciate every one of you. It is a bye-bye for now. Somebody enjoy your evening. Enjoy the best of your relationship. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
say she's crazy, she got diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Well, that's one way to lose these walking blues. Diamonds on the soles of your shoes. She was physically forgotten, but then she slipped into my pocket with my car keys. She said, you've taken me for granted because I pleased you, wearing these diamonds. And I could say, ooh, as if everybody knows what I'm talking about. As if everybody here would know exactly what I was talking about.